Hi guys, how are you? This is a delayed class. You guys know I was away for a while. I'm back, and we're going to start on class 10. The class 10 is chapter 9, workers' comp, disability, and documentation. So, how have you guys been doing? I hope you've been doing the workbook. Okay, so you have your medical insurance billing book and you have your medical insurance billing workbook. So you guys should be well over that and gone over everything you need to. And you guys had an extra week to even get your books. Okay, this is for YouTube University. This is also for Sapphire students. And don't forget, you guys can still look at 70 chats and you still can learn the same way. Okay, and you guys know how I start this class. We kind of go over some of the things that we went through, and then we kind of move on from there. So some of these slides I think I already put up from last week, but we're just kind of moving on with trying to get through with 10 because we're a little bit delayed on that. And then once we finish the medical insurance billing, we can go ahead into the coding courses. Okay, so the books is the first thing you guys know I put up. So if we have some new students that are coming to this forum, please subscribe and watch the videos and give us a thumbs up, okay? So for your coding class, you also need this as well for the medical insurance billing because there is a small section in there of an introduction in the medical insurance billing book. So these are your CPT, these are your coding books that you're going to need. You actually need them now with your medical insurance billing because, like I said, there's a small section in there. So your CPT book here, your AMA book 2025. If you can't get 2025, you can get the year before. Okay, and again, this is a free course because the books are pretty expensive. But if you can get them used, try and get them used. But when you get ready to take your coding exam, I want new books. Okay, your ICD-10. Okay, and don't forget, in ICD-10, go to cms.com and you guys can also get those guidelines for free. It is public. Okay, this is your Hicks Picks book. You will need this. Some of this will also be on your coding exam. Now, the ISBN numbers are here. So when you go through my chats, I always put that up there to make sure you guys get the right books. Okay, these are the medical insurance billing books that we are in. We're in the medical insurance billing by Fortney. Okay, medical insurance billing workbook. The reading book chapters are minimal than the workbook. There are more chapters in there. So that's why we're going to work on a workbook today. When we left off, I kind of talked about it a little bit, but we're going to talk about this, okay? Let me see what else is in here. Okay, your step-by-step book. Again, you guys know I go over this at every class to show new people what kind of books we're going to be using. Okay, that's your step-by-step book. That's your go-to. Again, you don't need to pay $12,000, $20,000, $30,000, whatever they charge for medical insurance billing and coding. You don't need to sit in a classroom just for somebody to hold your hand and you're looking up at a board. You sit right here and listen to what I'm telling you, follow what I'm telling you, and you'll learn medical insurance billing. You just have to stay focused, okay? And this is learn as you go, learn as you go. Make your own schedule. If some of you out there say, I need a schedule, I want Miss Lambert to give me a schedule, I'll give you a schedule. Okay? Because we use a schedule in Sapphire, but they can create their schedule how they want to. I just make sure I put everything on there. Okay, so this is your language of medicine book. This is for all of my new students. This is for language of medicine. You can use the older book or you can use the new book. Okay, so that's a part of your class. Okay, so I'm just going to, I'm going to put this on the stage only because I have this slide in here. Just letting you know, in the workbook, we're going to work on this chapter. And basically, you guys are just reading your reading book and then you're doing the workbook. Make sure that you take notes on this. And remember, when you guys are looking at those thumbnails, I have numbers on those thumbnails, okay? And the numbers on those thumbnails will tell you where you're at, okay? It tells you where you're at. So if you're in class 4 should say we're doing chapter this or chapter that. Tonight, we're doing 9 and 10 in the workbook. Okay, 9 and 10 in the workbook. Now it's early, it's in the morning. I'm just giving you guys this earlier because I know it's a holiday weekend and you guys might be out and you might not be in for that live, but no problem. You guys can always send me a message if you have a question. Send me a message about work. Send me a message about what's going on with this new stuff that we got going on with the Medicaid. Okay, what's going on in your office? Okay. This was something I wanted you guys to look at. If you guys do have your medical insurance billing book, look on page 511. They have, matter of fact, let me get there. At page 511, there's abbreviations that I want you to know. Okay, hold on, let me get there. And don't forget, you guys know I always say make sure you use your index cards. Use your index cards, okay? So let's go down here. Let me see. I don't know if it's the one that I have in the glossary for the workbook or the abbreviations. Well, this one has a glossary in here, which is good. I'm gonna chop show you this real quick, and I know I'm jumping the gun, but hold on. Share screen. Elsevier. Pop. Okay, so you see that? At 72-hour rule. Make sure you put that on the index card. Because you guys know me. I'll say put everything on the index card. But make sure you go over this. Look, accounts receivable, accidental death disbursement. All of this is what you need to know when you're walking in for billing and code. Adjudication. You remember we talked about adjudication? Let me put it in there because I'm steady talking and you guys can't see it. But generally, you can't see most of it. You know, they won't let us show most of it, but I can probably show a second of it. Hold on. Let me get it in there. And this is the glossary at the back of the book. I know some of you are on your phone and you can't really see this, but this is crucial, especially when you're taking a billing test or you guys get ready to take your coding test. Okay, make sure you study this. Okay, because this is what you're going to need. I'm gonna take it down because I want to put the other glossary up there. Okay, so it did come down without me messing with it. So again, I'm just going to move over and just show you some of those abbreviations. But again, these abbreviations are throughout the book. We want to try to alleviate going into the coding exam because you guys know this class is all about the coding exam. I don't know who that is, but I don't even have my phone. So let me just jump down and I'm going to pull this up so I can get to those. I don't know. That's my son calling me. I don't know why he's calling me. You need to be jumping into this chat. That's what he needs to be doing, which he never calls early. So we're going to look at that. I'm going to take this down just so I can give you guys that next book that I wanted. I wish I had some index cards so I can show you guys what I need to show you. So hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. Let's take this down and put this back up. ed stage. So these are the key abbreviations that I was telling you about. Make sure you take notes on all of them. Put them all on index cards. Okay. And this is my book. I have the new book, so that's my page. You may have an older book. You may have a different page. Okay. So one, that's the key abbreviations. Okay. I'm gonna bring them back to the glossary. The glossary would be those definitions that you have in there. I'm going to take that down. 2 seconds, we're going to put them up. Okay, so that's the glossary for medical insurance billing. Yes, you're going to need this when you are taking your test. Whether it's medical insurance billing or coding, you still need to be abreast on those things, okay? Because not knowing anything about medical insurance billing might get you into a little bit of a pickle, okay? So this is for where you would go when you are looking for your books. This is for people who actually want to get new books. Okay, this is for people who want to get new books. That's my son. My son doesn't call me at 10 o'clock in the morning. He's like 2 hours ahead of me. So you know he's got me on the edge right now. He better answer. But anyway, evolveelsevier.com. That's where you're going to get your books at. Okay, the books they're not cheap if you get your books from here. Now I ain't say they was cheap, but they will be brand new. Okay, look at some of the other videos where we went over other places that you can get your books from. And again, set yourself a time. Set yourself 2 hours a day where, look, this is where I'm going to do my work at. Just if you say, look, this I want to set up my own business, this is what I want to do, then you've got to have your mindset to do it. It's not going to be easy. You're going to go through trials and tribulation. Who does it when they're trying to do a business or they're trying to do something? So if you guys do want to do a billing business, you're going to have to steadfast and take your time and do what you need to do. And I would, look at all of these courses and take heed to everything that I'm giving you so that you can move on and do what you need to do without getting a student loan. So again, that's where you're going to get your books from brand new. The CPT book, you can get that from AMA, or you can also get that from Amazon, because they're going to direct you to Amazon anyway. Okay. And if you guys want to get the medical billing and coding, you guys want to get the medical insurance billing and coding, you guys can do that and get it on Amazon.com. Okay, so hold on. Let me. There I go. So it's just hello Sapphire. We are using medical insurance billing book, and this is just what I just meant to put up at the beginning, and mainly for people who are just now coming into the classroom. Okay, so let's see what else we want to do with this part. I'm trying to leave it up there for a second for my new people, so and what y'all are looking at. I put up shorts, and oh my god, I love y'all to death by putting up my shorts. And shorts, I put up anything in shorts. I don't put up no more weight stuff in shorts, as you guys can see. I stopped the shot and boom, I popped out like the clumps. But that's not what we're talking about. But watch those shorts, okay? Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's move on. And you guys know I don't put too much on, but you guys can see an advanced beneficiary notice, admissions review. I can't do all of it because we don't want to get a copyright, okay, guys? Oh, let's look at this one. Administrative law judge. The attorney involved in a third level of Medicare appeal, and y'all know what's going on with the Medicaid appeal, a healthcare provider may use if they disagree with a claims reconsideration decision. The hearing gives the provider an opportunity to explain their position to an administrative law judge. That's if you have a denied claim and the provider says, no, I should have gotten paid. Okay. What else do we have? We have this here. You guys know what this is: advanced beneficiary notice of non-coverage. We see this all the time. It's ABN. I can't read all of it. An agreement the participating physician gives to the patient to read and sign before the physician renders a service. If they think it may be denied for payment because of medical necessity or limitations of liability by Medicare, the patient agrees to pay for the service, also known as a waiver of liability agreement or responsibility statement. Now, they don't have that for Medicaid. Now, we know what's going on with the Medicaid. They don't have this for Medicaid. And trust me, there are going to be a lot of facilities closing due to the Medicaid issue. Okay, so you guys just be abreast. I don't know how much layoffs they're going to do. I don't know, whatever. But when a hospital closes, people are going to be out of work. And like I said, what I'm thinking, let me get back to y'all. I'm gonna streamline this up. What I'm thinking is that they will do massive layoffs of the billers. Uh, Coders already home. So coders can venture out and find your own doctors. Billers, you can do the same thing. But if this happens and you are in a facility, and let's say you're a clerk or something, and you're trying to move up to billing, and you go, oh man, they don't let the billing department go. Just now it's time for you to start marketing yourself, because I think a lot of providers are going to start doing their own thing. I think they're going to start opening their own practices, and they're going to be hiring their own billing people. Okay, my girl, I haven't been on Instagram in a minute, but my girl, I can't think of what her little company is. It's a real company. It's not a little company. She goes door to door, finding these doctors and doing the billing for them. Okay, my job is I do the teaching, so you don't have to worry about that. But you want to get out there and hustle when you get them doctors, so you can work for them. Okay, so okay, so let's go ahead and get to the course. We went over the books. We went over some of the chapters. Every course, I kind of show you guys a little bit of the schedule. So let me find. I think I went over all 5 of those slides that I wanted to go over. Where is it? Okay, so this is it. Maybe let me tell. Okay, so again, some of you guys might be on your phone, and this is what we're learning in medical insurance billing. Boom. We're just going to do this real quick. 1, 2. These are all the courses. You guys can stop this if you want to when you are going on, when you're, on your phone or when you get home. I prefer you learn, at home. I mean, but if you got your iPad and you got your laptop, you can learn in the park. You can learn anywhere. YouTube is anywhere. That's why we call it YTU, YouTube University. Okay, so I'm going to head back. I'm going to just get myself to 9 in the workbook, because I know you guys have already done revenue cycle management. I still want to catch this, so I'm gonna backtrack on that for a minute, and that's only because we've been out of class for a minute. Not you, me. Okay, I've been out of class for a second, but I still want you guys to make sure that you're still on point. Okay, so I'm just going over career role and responsibilities. You guys know that you're supposed to have worked on that. We're going to be working on workers' compensation, automobile liability, disability, and documentation. And all of this is revenue cycle management. Everything is revenue cycle management. Okay, so I don't care if you work in the billing department, or I have to remove that. Okay, I don't care if you work in the billing department or if you're in collections. Everything is revenue cycle management. Everything you learn is revenue cycle management. Coding is revenue cycle management. Okay, so that's what we're going to go over. And if you've already done the reading, I've been out probably about a week or so. You guys should probably have already done this portion as well. But let's kind of get into it, and then we can kind of follow along. I'm just backtracking because the reason why I wanted to do this one twice, you guys remember, I had this on the schedule twice. Let me drop that up there because you guys, I don't think you have the schedule. Let me put that up there. I wasn't able to get the schedule how I wanted it. So we're gonna stop that share, and then we're going to share again. I wasn't able to get it how I want to. Now I don't even know if I can share this with you guys, because it wouldn't let me do it. I don't know. It wouldn't let me do it in that sense. Okay, I'm going to window. Maybe I can do it from window. Uh, So are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? I got the schedule up here. Okay, hopefully you guys can't see it, even though there's a share button there. But because I had to just do it in regular Excel, this is your schedule for this week. This is just your schedule for this week. And the reason why it has the Monday to Friday to Saturday on this because I'm backtracking from last week. Okay, so you guys should everybody should have that schedule already. Okay, let me just get in here. Okay, so usually I save this as a PDF and I put it on there, but I don't know what happened. I can't get it. I can't get it to work, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with it. But this is your schedule. This is your schedule for last week. Okay, because you remember I was out, so we're gonna be like a week behind. This is your schedule for last week. Okay, so we're working on the 9, 10, and 11. This is what we are doing today. The 9, 10, and 11. That's what we're doing today. Okay. And we just got a little tiny bit off, but that's fine because Monday we still working on 9, 10, and 11 because you guys are going to be working on the reading. Okay. So for 9, 10, and 11, in the workbook, which you guys have already done. I'm not sure why this is down here like this. Hold on, let me find it. All right, so nine in your reading. This is 9 in your reading. I'm gonna backtrack and I'm gonna put this up there. But so workers' compensation, auto bill, and liability. Okay. After reading this chapter, you should know. This is what you should be able to do. Define key terms associated with workers' compensation. State the purpose of workers' compensation. Define and discuss secondary injury fund. List the services provided by the state workers' compensation board. There's more than this. I'm just not reading the whole thing. I'll go ahead and put it up for you guys. But again, make sure that I'm gonna stop sharing. Make sure that you go over these things because a lot of this is going to be on your test. A lot of it is going to be on your test. And if you fail, I'm not saying you're going to fail, but God forbid, some of you who are working on your own, we don't want you to fail. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Um, Yes, this is what I want you to show. So this is workers' compensation, automobile liability. So we can't keep it up too much, but I like to keep it up a little bit so that you guys can see, pretty much what's going on. Okay. I'm just going to remove it down, then I'm just going to read some of it so that, they don't give us a code and they, delete my stuff. Okay. So you're going to describe workers' compensation, health and financial record keeping, and healthcare in a healthcare organization. Okay. Define and discuss third party subrogation. Now, when you guys get to this portion, everything is always the same thing. Explain when claims should be filed with automobile liability insurance. How am I going to work with this, Ms. Lambert? You are working with this book in conjunction to your insurance workbook where you have your exercises in there. Okay, so here are your key terms. So you guys know I'm only going over some of the first aspects of this, and then you will do the rest of it. So some of your key terms is accident, adjudication, at fault, automobile insurance, deposition, conversation factor, no fault, non-disability. And guess what? Some of y'all might want to look at some of this stuff. What if you had an accident and you just want to know a couple of things of what's going on, with the accident? Well, what does that mean? Your attorney or somebody might be talking to you, and you do want to know. You do want to know what some of these things mean. You never know. I mean, look, you see how important this is. Look, Sequela, they got Sequela in here. They self-insured, second injury fund. We did that one already. Third party liability. Wouldn't you want to know what some of this stuff is? I'm just saying, like, regardless of whether you're going to do medical insurance billing or not, some people may still want to learn some of this stuff. And with the insurance going on right now, we don't know what's going on or what they are going to do. Um, and that is the hard part. It's not just, the Medicaid that's getting ready to go down. People are getting ready to lose money. And what are you going to do? Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. She's not perfect. She's not perfect. Everybody on their mind is like, okay, what next? I got it. I got a thumbnail that says, "What are you going to do in 2 minutes?" I haven't put it up yet. I might put it up today. But anyway, workers' comp. What if you're in a situation where you need to know about workers' comp? Look, you got it in your class. Workers' compensation defined. Workers' compensation insurance provides payment of medical expenses, lost wages, rehabilitation costs to employees who are injured or become ill in the course and scope of their job. This is in your book. This is in your book. This is in your book. Okay? This is in your book. Make sure you guys get your books. The books that I'm giving you, you tell me how different they are than the books they are giving you in school, than what I'm giving you right now. As a teacher, we spend about an hour and 15 minutes up on a board. And you're sitting right here. This is me literally, make believe I'm sitting on a board. When I actually get the rest of my stuff that belongs in this studio right here, you will be like you're in a real classroom. It's like you're in a classroom now. But it's you who have to sit there. You guys know I'm not going to say to make sure you sit there and you do X, Y, Z. It's not a micromanaged class like that. But I want you guys to pay attention. You guys are going to see that playlist. That playlist, I should have at least 70 videos in that playlist. That playlist should be all about medical insurance billing. Medical insurance billing. I think I have it as medical insurance billing and coding because you have a little bit of coding in here, but eventually I'm going to move it because you're going to have medical insurance billing. You're going to watch that. You're going to watch those videos, and then you're going to have the coding, period. We haven't started that class yet. We haven't started that class yet. This class, after this class, I think is your medical terminology class. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of go back to workers' compensation. Let's talk about the history before the establishment of workers' compensation program in the United States. The employer was responsible for an employee's work-related medical bills, or the employee paid for their own medical expenses. Wow, wow. Workers' compensation statutes. There are two kinds of statutes under workers' compensation: federal compensation laws and state compensation. Federal laws apply to minors, maritime workers, and those who work for the government. They do not apply to the state and private business employees. Now, so you guys do know, like if people have, you have state unemployment and state workers' compensation is different from federal workers' compensation, federal workers' unemployment. They follow different rules and that. So again, this would be wonderful. I'm gonna drop it up for 2 seconds. This would be wonderful for you to look at. Again, there's your book. Okay, I'm gonna snatch it down because even though this is education and they give us like fair ground rules or something like that, I still don't want them to snatch us off. So that's the only reason why I can't show the book or everything in the book that we're talking about. So again, that's workers' compensation. Workers' compensation in a nutshell. And don't forget, you have keywords and you have glossary words. So so that's workers' compensation, liability insurance, y'all, and automobile. I'm just kind of scrolling through. Work-related accident. An accident is an unplanned and unexpected happening traceable to a definite time and place and causing injury. Okay, causing injury. All right, so that's 9 in a nutshell. We're already 30 minutes in. So I just saw something on it that said my audio was going to be removed. When my face is down, my audio is removed. How can my audio be removed if I have to still talk? I don't understand it. But anyway, this is chapter 10 that we are on. So again, you guys have key terms, you have abbreviations, you have your summary. Those of you who are in my class, you have to do your summary. do your summary. Just that's just to make sure that you know you're on point. So don't copy and paste it. It's not gonna do you any good on your test. Make sure you can remember what you have learned. Okay, so there's always keywords. There's always abbreviations, and your reading material. Your workbook. Make sure you do the workbook. So some of you who are in YTU, make sure that you take notes. I have students that just go take their coding exam just to see if they're passing. I mean, now I ain't saying whether they got money or not to waste like that, but that's a lot of money just to see something. Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep my face up here because it looks like I don't know. It says that you guys cannot hear me. Okay, so disability income insurance, disability benefit program. Let me see. Let me snatch this up there real quick. Y'all are on this chapter. This is 10. Okay, this is 10. Uh, I don't see anybody who came in up there, so you guys must be all asleep from last night, huh? Okay, but this is not going to go. This is not going to go live until later on. I mean, I can put it out there because some of you guys are early birds, but we can go ahead and put it out there. But we definitely want this to you guys to see this to make sure you stay on point. Define the key terms. See, discuss the history of disability. List the ways that an individual can purchase disability income insurance. State eligibility requirements, benefits, and limitations. This is what you're going to learn. This is your objectives. Your objectives are what you're supposed to be learning in this course. So in this course that we have right now, this is what you're supposed to be learning. And you're basically reading to fact, reading to fact, reading to fact. What are your key terms? What is accidental death? Benefit period, civil service retirement system. You guys know that if you work for the post office, gentlemen under 26 have to have their civil service application in. Disability income insurance, exclusions, Family Medical Leave Act. Mary, I saw something on YouTube today where they were talking about people just trying to get out of work. They going on leave, they going on XYZ, they're just working them to death. I don't know what this world is coming to. I'm telling all you have to do is just hope for the better. Hope for the better. Okay, temporary disability. I'm still in key terms. Right now, I'm going on key abbreviations. I do want you to see the key abbreviations because this is what I want you to put on index cards. Uh, in your exam, it may say, what is VA? What is DDS? What is COLA? So, having index cards will help you to remember these things, okay? Disability income insurance defined. The broad definition of disability is a limitation in a range of major life activities such as hearing, walking, tasks, thinking, working due to physical or mental illness. Okay? They have types of disabilities, temporary disability, partial disability. Okay. So, again, all of these chapters that you guys are reading, it not only benefits you in a classroom to pass a test, it's going to benefit you in your life's endeavors because you do need to know some of these things, okay? Your benefits, your group policies, federal disability programs, work-related disability. Um, so yeah, I can't read the whole thing because I don't want us to. I say it all the time because I want to make sure we don't get spazzed, okay? So, but I do want you to see the supplemental Social Security income. They better not shut us down for this. Okay. And that's because I want you to make sure that you got this because you might be able to use this in your own endeavors, okay? And that's in your everyday daily life you might need to know some of these things. Okay. Just remember in your book, it is the same process. Your key terms, do your reading, and you will understand what we're doing. Okay. And this is pretty good right here. Appeals of the evaluation process. If a claimant does not agree with the determination of a disability, the following four-level appeals process is available. A reconsideration, which is a complete review of the claim by a medical or psychological consult or DE team who did not take part in the original disability determination. A hearing, okay, and before an administrative law judge who had no part in the initial consideration. Okay, a review, 3, by the appeal council, 4, a review by the federal court. Okay. We hear a lot of this that go on in the government where, something was denied and they're taking it to different court levels. Benefits of security disability, work incentives, special rules, SSDI, civil service and federal employee retirement systems. Some of you work for the post office, some of you work for different federal governments. You guys know all about this. Department of Defense, that's DOD. I'll read that one for you. The Department of Defense is DOD. Put that on your index card, might be on your test. Gives military disability benefits to all. They're the ones who process the military claims. Active duty service members and reserves who leave the military with service connected medical conditions that make them unfit for duty. I hate that word, make them unfit for duty. It's terrible. Eligibility, VA eligibility, basic benefits, state disability. So you guys remember, we're in disability income and insurance and disability benefits. I mean, it's so much stuff in here. There's no way that you're not going to learn something from here. When you guys go home, you're already home. See, because I'm used to doing it in the classroom, but when you guys are learning on your own, um, and you're doing this chapter, the disability, the workers' comp, it's so important. I mean, just looking at what's in there could be something. I know I'm messing with this. Just looking at what's in this class, um, to me, it feels like everyday stuff. It feels like everyday stuff that's going on in these three chapters in this classroom. Remember, we're going to go back over this on Monday as well. Um, the insurance benefits that is getting ready to make a change. It's going to affect the Medicare people as well. It's going to affect most of these people who have primary insurance, and the Medicaid is just secondary. And you guys got a Medicaid section, your medical insurance billing class as well. But in this class that we're doing now, the class 10, uh, that's involving the disability, the workers' comp, and documentation. And you guys know documentation is everything. It's not just coding. You guys know what we say in coding. If it's not documented, it did not happen. So that's why you want to stay on your coding abreast. But in disability and workers' comp, I mean, they take you. I don't even know why they take you through the ringer. Oh man, if you could work, you would work. If you weren't sick, you could work. I mean, when you work, aren't you supposed to be 100% when you work? If you go to work and my back hurts, I don't care if it hurts a little bit, it still hurts. And obviously, it was something that happened there that caused your back to hurt. Um, I saw something on YouTube this morning, and I really could relate. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. So, um, it was a post office guy, a delivery guy, and I guess it was like 100 and something where he was doing his deliveries, and people noticed that this truck was still parked where it was parked, and I guess they know the delivery guy because the guy does their block. So somebody went up to the truck and just kind of looked in there, because if you're delivering mail, they don't necessarily lock it, um, unless they're really walking away from it. The man was in there, passed out. Um, they didn't know if he died or if he was still awake, and the girl was crying her eyes out. Well, I'm exaggerating. She wasn't crying. She did the teary thing, and she didn't know the man from nowhere. But I'm pretty sure the whole block felt like that. They knew he was the mailman, and they were trying to like resuscitate him and trying to get him to breathe and stuff. I haven't heard about it on the news yet. This was 3 days ago. If you guys heard about it, let me know. And I don't know if they brought him back to life. I don't know, but that's scary. And I bet you he was sick before that. Now you could have a heat stroke out there in the heat. You can have a heat stroke out there, especially the people who deliver in the mail. But I think maybe he had a couple issues before time, and you know how they are. Some people don't want no. I got to go to work. I get my money. I get my money. You still got to take care of your health at the same time, or you won't be able to get no money. You see what I'm saying? I gotta take that down. You won't be able to get any money. So it didn't say in the outcome whether the man actually was dead, or I hate that word, dead, or he was alive. But again, when you're not feeling good to go to work, you have to put disability. Or, some of you do a leave of absence. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I used to go in. Boy, my back be killing me, and the first thing on my mind is check day. Just check day. I gotta go in. I gotta go in. I gotta go in. I might be 8, 9, 10. I gotta go in. And that's why I can understand what some people are. They don't even want to file disability because they don't want. They know they're not going to get what they get when they go to work every day. Okay, but again, if something's wrong with you and you're not feeling good, don't go in. Do what you need to do. Tell your manager, your boss to do what you need to do. Okay, if you got that benefit, then I don't see why you can't do it. They can't be holding things like that against you. Okay. So let's talk about limited benefits. In some states, a patient may qualify for benefits if they are a resident of an approved alcohol recovery facility or approved drug-free residential program. Reduced benefits. An individual may be entitled to partial benefits if they are receiving certain types of income, such as sick leave, vacation, wages paid by their employer, workers' compensation, unemployment benefits. Now, in this case, so you guys know when you have insurance and you out of work and you're not getting your regular pay, so your every 2 week payments are not going into your insurance fund. Um, and there's got to be a way for that money to be paid. If you're not paying that money, they're going to ask you to go ahead and pay it out of pocket. But if you are getting some type of workers' compensation, some type of unemployment or XYZ, they'll pay their partial. Your employer pay their partial, and you pay the rest. Okay. So again, like I said, these 3 chapters to me are definitely chapters that you need to look at. Okay. Um, Time limits, medical examinations. You guys are going to read all this voluntary disability. Um, well, they have. I don't know how accurate this is, but it's maximum benefits 52 weeks. California, Hawaii 26, New Jersey 26, New York 26. I know Connecticut was 26. I remember somebody who was she was with child and she went out. I'll let y'all see this real quick. This is in your book, so this again is something that's going to be helpful for you. That's why I want you to make sure that you get your books. Okay, so remember, we are in disability income insurance, disability benefits, okay? And we're reading the workbook, okay? Federal disability claims, SSA, a medical report must include. So you guys know you gotta have a medical report anyway. Uh, uh, Labs, diagnostic studies, any treatments, any medications, everything has to be in there. I'm not gonna show you that because you can look at that in your book. Okay, and they're just at the end of this chapter, which is just I got to show you guys this because it says internet resources. I want you guys to also look at the internet resources, and on the bottom it says complete all exercises and workbook to reinforce the theory of this learned chapter, and that's why I want you to make sure that you do the workbook. Okay, you guys can pause this because I can't keep it up too long, but I want you to take a look at all of these websites that are up here. And you see where it says study case down here? Because I know you guys are all hungover from last night. Nobody's in the classroom. But make sure you guys all have this. Okay, I'm going to put it out there so you guys can get it probably tonight. But I don't know, it'll probably be public after that. But again, take a look at that and also take a look at those websites. Okay, so again, this is a reading book. We're just kind of going through. Okay, let's go ahead and get to medical documentation and electronic health record. So today we are doing these 3 chapters. Monday we're going to go over the workbook. Okay, so medical documentation and electronic healthcare records. Um, the reason I want to go over the workbook with you on Monday is because we need to make sure that you're doing the exercises in the workbook. I'm not going to say move back to Class 10, we're going to go over what's in class 10, and then we're going to continue on to class 11. Okay, so again, this is chapter 11, medical documentation and electronic health record. Okay, now in this chapter, you guys are going to do the same thing. We have an objective. Objective as in, what are you going to learn with this chapter? Identify the most common documents found in a health record. Understand why complete documentation is important. Discuss health record systems and list the advantages and disadvantages of an electronic health record system. You guys see that every day. Those of you who are working in a hospital, you see that every day, whether it's Athena, Epic, IDX, Mysis Tiger, eClinical Works, you see them. Okay, describe common documentation errors found in a health record. This is good. I love this. I love this. Make sure you guys go over this. Okay, especially those who, some of you who just want to do medical billing, because you can also take the, come on guys, work with me. What's that called? Medical insurance billing, the CPB for AAPC. If you're only going to do medical insurance billing, steadfast on this. Now, CODIS, you're not doing medical insurance billing, but you still need to know this, okay? And this is not only for people who are just going to do medical insurance billing. This is for the CODIS too. So that playlist that's out there, I got it as medical insurance billing. And coding virtual course. But these courses right here, this is your beginning medical insurance billing. This is your prereq course, your medical insurance billing. This is your full course on medical insurance billing. That full course is inside that playlist. Okay, it's inside that playlist, and I have noted all of them. And I don't think I can go back on. And you see how I got medical billing class 10. I should have did that to the rest of them, but we didn't. But we're starting to do it now. Okay, so let's move on. Oh, so did I put the key terms up there for you guys? Okay, so these are the key terms. Put those on index cards. Um, do we still got it up? Hold on. No, I don't have it up. Acute, attending physician, backup, chief complaint. Sorry. So remember, we're talking about documentation. We're talking about things that belong in documentation. CODIS, this is for you too. These are things that belong in documentation. Okay. And when we do a recap of medical insurance billing, we go over everything. So it's not going to be just we going over this. We go over everything when we do the recap. Okay. And again, don't forget the schedule. Not the schedule that I'm giving you right now. The other schedule that has what you need to do. If you do want it, let me know. YTU, I will give it to you. Okay. Other students who are in Sapphire, you guys should be in the YTU. Okay. The YTU is YouTube University Medical Billing and Coding. You guys should be in here. Okay. Critical care, counseling, continuity of care. Documentation, electronic health record, family history. And you guys, some of these are repeat that are in other chapters. Okay, so remember, because you guys did this already in the reading, I'm just backtracking. What you're going to be doing is the workbook. Okay, CCU, CDI, CT, diagnosis, E&M, EHR. All of these things is what I want you to go over. Okay, and you're going over them in your workbook. Come Monday, you should be done. You should be done with this on Monday. You should be done. This class that we're doing right now. Remember, this is a backtrack class. So today I more than likely will be doing two classes. So just kind of be precarious of those two classes. Okay, I'm gonna remove that. Okay, so let's go back. I don't know why that it looked like. Oh, I don't know. I guess that's supposed to be up there. Okay, I don't know. So, because before I wasn't using my mic, I just started using my mic. I have my headphones over there. They told me that I should be using my headphones so I can tell when I'm fading in and fading out. Y'all know I don't know nothing about all that kind of stuff. We getting there. We getting there. Um, I don't think it's necessary, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe next time when I come on, I'll have the headphones on. What I don't like is sometimes when you're talking, it sounds like you're kind of muffled. And maybe that's because I'm going in and out. If you guys can see me going in and out, let me know how my vocals are sounding. Okay. So again, we're in documentation, medical documentation, and the electronic health record. And the electronic health records. What is SOAP style? What is SOR system? What is RCU? What is pre-op? Okay, documentation process. The health record is the most important tool in clinical care. You guys remember this because we went over this, right? You remember when we went over this? This is where you should be. We're just kind of almost backtracking. An electronic health record is, or EHR is a collection of medical information. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because we've backtracked already, I'm going to the workbook. I'm going to the workbook. And again, you guys, we went over some of this before, but because this is such a long session, I wanted to make sure I hit it again. Okay, so let's do chapter 9, liability, in the workbook. Okay, so key terms. Key terms are the first thing that I'm gonna pop this up. Key terms is the first thing that you pop into when you open your workbook. So YTU, make sure you do all of this work in there. If any of my Sapphire students are in here, you guys make sure you are doing this work. I will be connecting with some of you today that are in Sapphire that I haven't spoken to in a minute. So be looking for my phone call today. Okay. So this is your workbook. I'm gonna take this down. This is your workbook. Make sure that you guys are doing your work in the workbook. Why, Miss Lambert? Because that's how you're going to retain this information. Key terms: insurance adjuster, we're in workers' compensation, automobile, and liability. These are some of your key terms: accident, adjudication, at fault, captive insurance, claims examiner, insurance liability, a non-disability claim, petition. What is a petition? What is a physician? Why they have this physician of record? It's just backwards to me. What is a sequela? You remember we talked about what a sequela is. You have an accident, 3 months later, your arm starts hurting, but your accident was on your shoulder. That's a sequela. Okay, subrogation, waiting period. Okay, now let's do key abbreviations. Okay, AME, FECA, IME, OSHA, OSHA. Remember that. That sounds like something that's going to be in your coding test. Those of you who get ready to do the coding, remember that. Now I'm in the workbook. Let me show you something. So you remember when we were literally doing the reading. Now we are in the workbook. So when we were doing the reading, I said, well, put this on your index card, write down the definition, put it on your index card. You have your own book, you're going to write in your book. Okay, this is your book that you're going to be writing in. I have an electronic book because there's no reason for me to write in it, but you're going to be writing in your book. Okay, performance objectives. The students will be able to define and spell the key terms and key abbreviations. The students will be able to, this is what you should be able to do in my class. Give the patient medical chart, notes, and blank workers' compensation forms. You should be able to do all of that. Give common list of abbreviations within reasonable time period. You should be able to do all that. Study outline. Okay, I'm going to run down this real quick. Let me see if I can put it up. I'm going to put this up real quick. I'm going to put this up real quick, and then I'm going to do the rundown. I got 6 minutes left, so that's the reason why I didn't do the whole thing. Workers' compensation. Okay, history, workers' compensation status, workers' compensation insurance programs, eligibility, occupational illness, federal and state laws, type of state compensation, fraud and abuse, legal situations, medical record, reporting requirements. So I'm not going to do all of them, but those are the things that you are going to be working on. I just wanted you to see what the workbook looks like, because this is the work that you're going to be doing. I'm going to show you this piece too. The differences between that workbook, this workbook, and your reading book. Your reading book is generally reading. Your workbook is going to help you to retain the information, because you don't have the Sapphire test. You have what's in the workbook. Okay, you have what's in the workbook. That's why I want you to do the workbook. All right, so let me see what else is in here. And again, write in your own workbook. Question: list five reasons that workers' compensation laws were developed. Self-insured employers are governed by blank, a federal law that sets minimum requirements for group health insurance. So all of those questions are in your reading book. The one that we just went over are in your reading book. Okay. We went over 9, 10, and 11. I'm just literally showing you what's in the workbook. Same thing, multiple choice. This is multiple choice. This is in your workbook. Remember, you are um, combining your workbook with your reading book. This is now the workbook that we are in. This is multiple choice. Okay, that's multiple choice. So you should be doing all of that plus your reading. Employers are required to meet health and safety standards for their employees under federal and state statutes known as the. Okay, you must have the book to do this work. Um, I'm going to put it back up here in just a second. You can get new books at evolveelsevier.com. Okay. I don't know if they have thrift.com anymore. Let me know. Somebody did get a book from there. Ebony, didn't you get a book from there? I know I always mention Ebony. You'd be one of the ones on my list today that I will be calling. Um, Amazon. If you go to AMA, they're going to direct you to Amazon. Thrift.com. If any of y'all go on thrift.com, let me know if thrift.com is actually still alive. I don't know. Okay. So, okay, I only got 3 minutes. So, again, this is where you're going to find your books at. Let me get to the books. Okay. We're not on medical terminology yet. Don't worry about that book. We're not in the coded session yet. Don't worry about that book. We are here. Okay. We are here. Okay. Let me, let me go. I'm gonna show y'all all the books. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all know always kind of. I go to my library and I'll show you all the books. They do not have to be. Let's get rid of that. I gotta take it down. Yeah, where is it? Oh boy. All right. Let's put that up. So these are the books that you're going to use. All of my books come from Elsevier, okay? And don't forget you get 25% off when you do Elsevier. So these are your books, 1 and 2. This is a workbook, that's your reading book. These are your next books that you're going to get. If you think you can get all your books at one time, feel free, get them all at one time. That's your language of medicine book. These are brand new books. That's why you see them like this. They cost a lot of money. That's why I don't want you to get them all at one time. Do not get your books all at one time. Just wait, get some, get the others. Get one, get the others. Okay? Don't try to get them all at one time. Okay? Right now, what you need is this. We're in 9, 10, and 11. Monday, I'm going to still be in 9, 10, and 11. I think I am going to do another chat this afternoon just to get it out of the way. It is your class 11. It's your class 11. Look at the thumbnail. It is there. But again, this is your book that you're going to use for this course. So this chat is generally over. We're almost an hour in. Thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. If you want to learn medical insurance billing and coding, your friends want to learn medical insurance billing and coding, send them to Miss Lambert and we will get them on the right track. All of the medical insurance billing classes, look at the numbers that will get you in order so you can know which one you're going to look at first. Make sure you look at the orientation so you know what the classes are about and what you're getting into. I'm not going to hold your hand. There's no micromanaging here, but we will get the classes done. Okay, I have to go. I'm going to see you guys again. Look out for this chat. It's due for tonight, but I'm going to release it now. I know everybody's asleep from 4th of July, but just, look at this video. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.